If you transplant your tomato seedlings at the wrong time or the wrong way, you could lose your entire crop. Stay right here because I'll show you exactly how to do it correctly. Hello, and welcome to our little corner of the world. My name is Mary, and I am so glad you have joined me today from our family farm, Vibrant Gardens, right here in beautiful Germantown, Wisconsin. We believe that the best tasting food comes from healthy soil, which is why we are a certified organic market garden. Our hands are in the dirt every single day, and it is a true labor of love. We focus on building up our soil to grow the most flavorful and nutritious vegetables you can imagine, and I want to share some of our simple secrets with you today. Growing your own food is one of life's most rewarding experiences. There is nothing quite like walking out to your garden and picking a sun-warmed tomato right off the vine. It is a simple pleasure that connects us to the earth and to what we eat. Here at Vibrant Gardens, we are committed to these simple, healthy practices. We avoid all synthetic chemicals because we know that what goes into the soil goes into our food and ultimately into our bodies. Taking care of the land is like taking care of our family. This April, as the world wakes up from winter, it is the perfect time to get those precious tomato seedlings ready for their new home in your garden. I will guide you through each step. My goal is to make this process feel easy and joyful, not intimidating. Gardening should be a relaxing hobby, not a stressful chore. I will break everything down into simple, manageable steps that anyone can follow, whether you have a huge plot of land or just a few containers on your patio. Knowing when to move your seedlings outside is probably the most critical part of the entire process. If you go too early, a late frost can wipe out all your hard work in a single night. If you wait too long, your plants can become stressed and root-bound in their little pots. The secret is to pay close attention to two things: the temperature of the soil, the weather forecast. Tomatoes are sun-loving plants that thrive in warmth. Their roots will not grow properly in cold, damp earth. You want the soil to be at least 55 degrees Fahrenheit, but ideally closer to 60 degrees. It is a good idea to get a simple soil thermometer. They are inexpensive and take all the guesswork out of it. You will also want to know the average last frost date for your specific area. Here in Germantown, Wisconsin, we can sometimes get a frost well into May. The old-timers will tell you to wait until after Memorial Day to be completely safe, and that is not bad advice. However, if you are eager to get started in late April or early May, you just need to be a vigilant weather watcher. I like to look at the 10-day forecast. If I see a string of nights where the temperatures are consistently staying above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, that is a good sign that it is safe to begin. The daytime warmth helps the soil hold its heat through the cooler nights. Before you even think about putting a plant in the ground, you must harden it off. This is a crucial step that many new gardeners skip. Your seedlings have been living a pampered life indoors, protected from wind, protected from harsh sun, protected from temperature swings. Moving them directly into the garden would be a huge shock to their systems. To harden them off, you will want to start about a week, 10 days before you plan to transplant. Begin by placing your seedlings in a shady spot outdoors. Protected spot outdoors for just a couple of hours on the first day. Then bring them back inside. Each day, gradually increase the amount of time they spend outside. Slowly introduce them to more direct sunlight. After a few days, you can leave them out in a sheltered spot overnight as long as the temperatures are staying above 50 degrees. This slow and steady process allows the plant's cellular structure to toughen up, making the stems stronger and the leaves better able to handle the sun's rays. A properly hardened-off seedling will experience very little transplant shock and will start growing in its new home almost immediately, which is exactly what we want to see for a strong start to the season. Once you have picked the right time, the next step is to prepare a beautiful bed for your tomatoes. They are heavy feeders, which means they need rich, fertile soil to produce a bountiful crop. First, choose the sunniest spot in your garden. Tomatoes must have at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. Any less, and you'll get leggy plants and a disappointing harvest. Observe your yard throughout the day to find that sun-drenched location before you pick up a shovel. Next, work the soil. Create a loose, well-draining home for the roots to spread. If you have compacted clay soil, amend it. Add generous amounts of finished compost. Compost adds vital nutrients and organic matter that helps break up heavy clay, improving drainage and aeration. For large beds, use a tiller. For smaller gardens, use a garden fork, or use a spade. Loosen soil to about 8 to 12 inches. Remove large rocks. Remove roots. Remove weeds. Compost is the star ingredient. We make our own here at the farm. Good bagged organic compost works too. Spread a 2 to 3 inch layer over the bed and gently mix it into the topsoil. That organic matter provides slow-release food for the season. If your soil is sandy and drains too quickly, compost helps it retain more moisture and more nutrients. Finally, add a little extra boost. Tomatoes love calcium to prevent blossom end rot. Blossom end rot is when the bottom of the fruit turns black and mushy. Add calcium by crushing eggshells into a fine powder and mixing a small handful into each planting hole. We also add a balanced organic granular fertilizer. Mix it in following package directions to give plants macronutrients and micronutrients for strong growth. This preparation sets the foundation for healthy plants all summer long. Now for the fun part, getting those precious plants into the ground. There is a special trick to planting tomatoes that helps them develop a robust root system. Unlike most vegetables, tomatoes can grow roots along their stems. We can use this to our advantage by planting them much deeper than they were in their pots. Deep planting encourages a stronger root system and a sturdier plant that finds water and nutrients. Start by digging a hole deep enough to bury about 2/3 of the plant's stem. Before placing the plant, gently pinch off the lowest sets of leaves. Buried stem parts will sprout roots, so maximize stem underground. Loosen the root ball with your fingers, especially if it's root-bound. If the seedling is tall and leggy, don't worry. You can use a clever technique called trench planting. Dig a shallow trench, lay the plant on its side after pinching off lower leaves, then gently bend the top up and fill the trench, burying the long stem. Once your plant is in place, backfill with amended soil. Gently firm the soil to remove air pockets without compacting. Ensure good contact between roots and soil. When you are finished, only the top few sets of leaves should be showing. It might look a little strange at first, but trust me, your tomatoes will thank you for it in the long run with strong, healthy growth. The very first thing you should do after tucking your tomato plant into its new home is to give it a good, long drink of water. This initial watering is very important. It helps settle the soil around the roots, eliminating air pockets and reducing transplant stress. Do not just give it a light sprinkle. Water deeply and slowly. Use a watering can without a spray nozzle and direct the water right at the base of the plant. Aim for the soil, not the leaves. Wet foliage and cool evenings can invite fungal diseases like blight. After the first deep soak, keep soil consistently moist but not waterlogged for about a week. Check daily by sticking your finger in about 1 inch deep. If it feels dry, water again. When you see new growth, water less often but more deeply. Proper spacing is another key. Don't squeeze too many plants into a small space. Overcrowding is a recipe for disaster. Plants too close will compete for sunlight, water, and nutrients. Poor air circulation creates humid conditions where disease spreads fast. Space determinate, smaller varieties about 18 to 24 inches apart. Space indeterminate, vining varieties 3 to 4 feet apart. Apply the same spacing between rows. Extra space makes it easier to move around to weed, to prune, to harvest your tomatoes later. If using cages or stakes, put them in now, right after planting, to avoid damaging roots. Even though you have waited for the soil to warm up, a surprise late frost is always a possibility here in the Midwest. April, even May, can bring unexpectedly chilly nights. Your newly transplanted tomatoes are very tender and vulnerable to cold damage, so having a protection plan ready is essential. You need to be prepared to cover them up if the forecast calls for temperatures to dip near freezing. or about 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Being proactive is far better than waking up to a garden full of wilted, blackened plants. A little bit of effort can save your entire crop. One of the easiest methods is to use a frost blanket or a row cover. Drape it directly over plants or over hoops and keep the material from touching the leaves. For individual plants, make cloches from clear milk jugs or 2-liter bottles with bottoms cut off. Place them at dusk. Set water-filled jugs around plants to store heat and remove covers first thing in the morning so you do not cook tender plants. Protecting young tomatoes from that last cold snap is the final step to a great start. These precautions help turn your soil and planting work into a summer of healthy growth and a wonderful harvest. When are you planning to transplant your tomatoes? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, please subscribe for more simple organic gardening tips from our farm. Happy planting!